Welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of season 1 of Planet Coaster. And in this episode, we're gonna finish decorating the B&M Wing coaster. And so I went ahead and made the queue because I think this is gonna get a pretty lengthy line. Because many guests are gonna want to ride it, since it's one of the first coasters you'll see upon entering the park that yet doesn't have a name. So if you have a good name suggestion, please comment them down below, along with the name for this coaster and the carousel, and this area in general. Any name suggestions or ideas, please comment them down below. Here you'll see me. I'm making the station right now, and I'm making the first and only show scene on the ride, which will be attached to the station, and that's the Ellison holding section right before you launch out. As you can see, that coaster train just did there. So the station, I wanted to make it look kind of barn style, like kind of log cabin-y, and then you'll see me in a minute put like metal kind of bars on the roof and stuff, as though the people that live here made it, because that's where kind of the whole park idea is coming from, that kind of story theme. And I really you'll see later in the episode, I'll talk about it. I really love this area. It's super cool. I love all the scenery that's going into it, and how much time I am spending on this episode. As I have spent quite a lot of time on this episode for it to only be 10 minutes long. I spent about 8 hours on this, just brainstorming everything, then editing, then filming the actual videos as these are sped up and I'm not moving my mouse as fast. Anyway, you'll see me here add the rest of the roof for the station and first show scene of the coaster, and you'll see me here kind of hesitate because it's kind of a weird shape this building is. It I didn't want that wall to be completely flat, so I kind of made a little indent thing, and then we're gonna make the first the actual station building, like the far right, the room to the far right, that's actually going to be more barn style, and this is going to be kind of like an attachment or something that's added on to it, and technically different building. And here I'm going to head and add the floor. These are the modern floors, modern wood floors, but they look kind of barny, as though they're wood planks on the ground. And you'll see that strip at the bottom. I like it, some people don't. I think it adds a bit of extra detail. Yeah, and here, remember when I was talking about those metal roof bars? That is what I'm doing right now. I'm going and adding the roof bars and to both sides, as though they were just put on. And with this ride and this whole park, I really just want it to look and feel like kind of like a family run park, but like kind of a similar vibe to Dollywood or Silver Dollar City. It's an amusement park. It has good coasters, it has big coasters, but it's more like family run and like out in the woods, and it just feels like a nice and homey park, which I really like, and I think that style of park is one of my favorite types, so I really wanted to bring that vibe into this park. And you'll see me here place the same thing I've placed for the roofs on the ceiling, because no park guest is really going to see the ceiling, but we still have to have a ceiling. And I did some off-camera work, as you'll see on the queue, but it's really just some trees, rocks, and like crates. I also added like a lightning lane or the priority pass to this queue, so people can buy them and the park can make money. But you'll see me here add the terrain around the coaster, as like I said, I only want you to see like the very tip tops of the inversions from like a park path or the queue. So I'm gonna add lots and lots of trees. You'll see it's gonna get really fast here, but and it's gonna get pretty boring just placing trees. So sometimes I cut to more trees being placed, as you don't want to see me place just trees all day, but there are a lot of trees going into this back kind of area near the block section and the first two inversions and that turnaround that kind of sends you back towards the station. So many trees here. I kind of like the way it looks. And then I figured I wanted to have like a tiny little river and waterfall. So you'll see me add the waterfall here, and then it can't be just coming out of the hill. So I added a lot of rocks in a little formation that the water is like spurting out of, to make it look, just have a bit more like movement back in the woods versus just being still. And with that, I went ahead and also added a little texture to the side, and then finished off like the back area behind the waterfall. And in here, when I was saying about the river, I'm going to head and add a river under the first launch track. And then under the first inversions, I'm adding a little pond and an island, because I just think that's cool, because it makes it have more like, again, movement, and it's not just completely flat. I want this park to have a lot of terrain. I think towards the back of the park I might make more hills and things like that. And here's that little island I was talking about. I really love this area around the first two inversions, with the trees and little island scenery and everything. It's kind of secluded. I might want to make a path out there, since as you've seen in the thumbnail, that is like the little area that I like the most. I want to make maybe like a viewing area and maybe a restaurant. That would be really cool, because obviously you have to eat somehow. I was also scrolling on my phone and saw that the Velocicoaster was right now, as you just saw there. And sorry, that was just random, a random little thing that happened. I was like, wow, I wish I was at Universal right now. But I'm making these videos for you at home, and to show your support and that you're liking them. And if you're this far in the video, it means you're pretty invested into this series. So go ahead and click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to ring that bell so you can be the first one to know about our new park and the additions to the park. You'll see me here just watch the coaster drop off the mid-course, a nice little shot of it. And I wanted to add, again, more terrain and more, because I don't want the park to be flat. So I added a little tunnel that goes over the second launch, and the train will launch through there. And I really like how it looks with like the trees going over it and everything. I think it makes it look very like polished and like just, I don't know, it has like a little feel to it. And here you'll see me start to detail the first launch area, the first show scene of the ride, the thing that you'll see when you first enter the launch scene and ride. I wanted to make it, I don't know, kind of like it was a barn and just to store a bunch of random things. So I'm adding some hay as though like the animals need it. And I also am adding some like just little crates and details as though this is like a storage barn area. And I will put up a few signs. I don't know if it will make it into this episode, but I will add signs, and it's going to be like bird free zone, no birds allowed. And then I want to have like an archer in there pull out his bow, and like as he's about to shoot you, the ride takes off and down the track away from the hunter. And that's gonna be kind of the story of the ride, that the bird's not supposed to be there and you gotta get out before it's too late, you know. And so you're flying through the trees and like over the ponds and the rivers and through the waterfalls, stuff like that, and just all over the terrain. This is not the most terrainy coaster that is going to be in the park. I want to add some more like mine trains that really take advantage of this park's terrain, just as a whole. Here you'll see me add some like shovels, so people are working here, and this is an actual like working kind of barn area that people are working at. And I figured I'm not going to add a whole show scene on this side, as all the storage I need is on the other side. So I'm just kind of adding some walls that will be there. Just to kind of be there. They're not like, I don't know, they're just there. And then the archer is going to be on that side too. So with that is kind of wrapping up today's episode. If you liked, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below your ideas and suggestions for the park. And I will try to name your suggestions. I'll put them all on a little spreadsheet and pick my favorites. So without further ado, thanks for listening and have a great rest of your day. Bye.